way you sip your tea, the memory of all that. No, no, they can't take that away from me.
Hi Herman, it's Marlene from San Diego. I wanted to wish you a really happy birthday, and Barbara had this great idea that since I couldn't be there, I could make this movie for you. And I also wanted to not only say happy birthday, but also share some really fond memories that I have of you as we were growing up. Forgive me, I might have to look at my notes. I'm getting old, you know, but I want to make sure that I include everything. I always felt that you could do anything. You were my first exposure to a real entrepreneur, Dad, and you had so much confidence, you're so smart, and you started your own businesses, you had your own buildings, and you were always so interested in everything and so excited about life. And no matter what, I remember once telling you that I felt tired in the morning, and you told me that if you were excited about life, you would never be tired, and you were always so uplifting to me and so positive. You are the first person I ever remember telling me that I could do anything. You also told me that to combine your strengths. I remember you saying how important it was to take two strengths so that you're really unique. For example, education and engineering, or business and engineering, and that idea always stuck with me. The basement project. I remember you helping Barbara and I make a mod room in the basement of Wilton on Rivergate Drive. And I think it was the first time I ever even saw a 2x4. And I don't think we ever finished it, but you were so supportive of our ideas, and I was so excited that we were actually building something. The Learning Man. I remember working in the Learning Man with Barbara and thinking that it was really neat that it was a family effort, a team, and I thought it was also really neat that you got Barbara to go to Europe to pick out some educational toys. Resistor colors. I can remember being so impressed that Barbara knew all the colors and all the types of resistors, and that I think she learned from you at a very early age, spreading out all the resistors and sorting them in your living room. Be different. You always told Barbara to be different, and you encouraged her to do this, and I always thought that was a really great idea. Not easy to do, but really great advice. The backhoe. I remember that yellow backhoe parked in front of your front yard in Wilton for what seemed like a really long time, and thinking it was really cool that you had your own heavy machinery parked in your yard, and that Barbara even knew what it was. Sport building. I've had such vivid memories of being with you and Barbara while you were having that building built, and thinking it was really cool that you were building it. I loved the brown sculpture on the front, and I admired your artistic flair and your creativity. And I remember your company, Mediax, and thinking what a creative name that was. Your rebar accident. I also remember you getting impaled with the rebar during your construction, and you had that neck scar to prove it. Nothing seemed to daunt you. You are a tough dad. Your construction know-how. We always thought it was really cool that you had so much know-how and you fixed up your own houses. There was construction and so much going on and so much life. I remember the painting. I think it was blue, white, and silver that you did inside your Westport house on Long Island Sound, and it was so unique. I remember visiting on Saturday mornings, and you and David were always busy working on the house, and I remember Barbara and I bringing bagels and lox for brunch, and it was so much fun. Driving to Boston. I remember the excitement of driving to Boston with you and Barbara. The city was so new and exciting. Back to Wilton. I respect your opinion. Do you remember saying that to me? When Barbara and I suddenly disappeared for a while and we returned to a not too happy you were chewing us out, and you turned to me and you asked me what I thought, telling me that you respected my opinion. Well, I didn't know what to say, and I got the feeling that it really didn't matter anyway. The sukkah. I remember enjoying the team effort of building that sukkah. You and the other men cutting down greens, Barbara and I stringing wires on the patio. We were stringing cranberries and peppers, and Barbara and I still have that necklace that we made. I think I will always treasure that wonderful memory of that sukkah's dinner outside on the patio, everybody gathered around the long table, a beautiful challah, you in your yarmulke holding the ezrog and the lulav by candlelight. You imparted such a love of Judaism to me and all of us. And you've always had an adventurous spirit. You introduced me to so many fun things. You took me skiing, you did rocketry, you had your own indoor swimming pool, you installed that zip cable between the trees that was so much fun in Walton, and you knew how to really live and have fun. The Lincoln Continentals. I remember those big black and blue Lincoln Continentals from the 1960s, and didn't one have suicide doors? They were very cool. The snake. You bought me a snake in college. Sandwiches at the Worst House. I remember you taking Barbara and I out for those delicious corned beef and Swiss sandwiches on rye at the Worst House in Harvard Square, and you made me feel really special. Dancing with Debbie. I remember you swing dancing with Debbie in your Westport house. Cheek to cheek, you danced with such joy, a big smile on your face, and such happiness, and you were good. I was wishing I could dance with you like that. And you are so sweet. In our Brighton apartment, I can remember being so touched when I saw you lying on Barbara's bed with her kitty cat, and you were gently holding the cat's paw as if you were holding hands. And you are funny. The nun joke. I remember when you told the nun joke at Walton at the dinner table about the nun whose cup runneth over, and it was a reference to her breast, and I think it was the first time I'd ever heard a dad remotely tell a sexual joke, and I think I laughed or was so shocked I fell off my chair. I remember thinking what a cool, relaxed dad you were to walk around in your underwear in front of a guest. Bra shopping from Marcia. I remember you telling us that when you went to the lingerie department to buy Marcia a bra and they asked you what her size was, you held up your hands and you said, about this big. Making fun of Debbie. One time when we were in a restaurant and having some drinks, I think you were drinking a Sazerac, which I thought was really unique. Whoever heard of Pernod? Anyway, Debbie was acting really silly, and you told the waitress that she was retarded. I thought that was really hysterical. Herman, I could go on. You've had more of an impact on my life than you know, and on others as well. Barbara tells me that you had been helping your tenants in Connecticut to learn English. You have always had a life of teaching and improving, and these are the ideals that I've always admired about you. So with all that, I want to wish you a very happy, happy 85th birthday. You are a uniquely special and wonderful man, and I love you very much.
They can't take that away from me.